Hey, it's Helena Dior, author of No Longer Sharecropping Shame, founder of Helen's Help Center, and co host on the Speak My Peace podcast. I help others shine their light by transitioning hate to hope and experiences to enlightenment. I am a survivor of childhood trauma and abuse, and I openly share my experiences coping with and healing from such a life. So, this is my house. Yeah, you see it? Yeah. It's not like a new exciting construction. This is my house after it got gutted. So last year, here in North Carolina, we got hit with Hurricane Florence pretty bad, and my house was one of its casualties. So it's been difficult. I'm thankful. I'm thankful we weren't here. I'm thankful that out of my 13 years here, yeah, out of my 13 years here, this was the first storm I evacuated from. So I'm thankful that I actually left and I listened to people and I didn't try to ride it out because when we came back, like the roof was torn off basically and it was just flooded from the top down, all the way down. So I'm thankful we weren't here. I'm thankful that like things can be replaced and my daughter and I have our lives and you know, I haven't had to sleep outside. I haven't had to sleep in the car. Like, it's been over a year now since I haven't been in my home. The last time I was in my home, I think, was September 13th. Last time we slept here, September 13th, 2018. And today is what, August 16th? So, now, August, October, October 16th. So, yeah, it's a I can't put the experience into words because as soon as you complain about it, as soon as you express missing your stuff, like we lost everything that wasn't in my truck. So as soon as you express missing your stuff or as soon as you mention wanting to go home, it's like you're looked at as being ungrateful. Like you're a bad person for wanting stuff. But I like stuff. I work hard for stuff. And to come back and it's all gone. That's hard. To start all the way over is hard and just this entire process and like today I was just thinking it's just I feel like it's symbolic in some ways, especially because like I have dealt with depression and PTSD and anxiety and all that and it just got me to thinking like that's the house. The outside of my house, you can't tell any of this is going on inside. You can't. Outside of the house looks good. The inside of the house is tore up. And it has been for a long time. And the process to get it rebuilt is going to take even longer. I have to go seek out other people. I have to pray that I don't get another shoddy contractor, shady, like you have to go through this entire process of this vetting process to make sure you're not getting ripped off, like you haven't lost enough. And it's hard. It's hard to gauge like where you're safe. It's hard to gauge like how long this process is gonna take. It's very difficult. And it just made me think like this is my house is like the face of depression. Like the person can look good outside. The person looks good. The person looks like they have it together. They know when to smile. They know when to put on that happy face. And inside they are tore up, completely tore up. And it's like the same thing. You have to go out. You have to seek help. You have to ask for help. You have to hope those people truly have your best interests in mind. You have to hope they're not trying just to manipulate you or take your money. And it's a hard process. It's a hard thing to go through. And I feel just like with my house right now, I'm just over it. And that's how I feel a lot of times in my life where I'm just done. Like I'm over it. I feel like I'm at a point right now where I am more misunderstood than I ever have been. But it's because of the changes that are happening inside of me. People who have known me forever, people just meeting me, like, I feel like they're on an equal playing field right now as as far as knowing me, because a lot's changed. Like, I'm finding myself more easily detached, and it makes me uncomfortable because it's so easy. I don't want it to be easy. I want to have some type of feeling or something. But it's like I've taught myself how to turn off my emotions for so long that now I have a hard time turning them back on. When I was a kid, I had to be quiet. I had to like hold secrets. I had to not tell about abuse. I had to smile and act happy and show up. And I am almost 40 years old and I still can't express myself because my voice was taken away from me at such a young age, and it frustrates me. It really, really does. It frustrates me because there's no way, like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that certain things as an adult are so difficult for me because I didn't have those opportunities to express myself as a child. And it just made me, just a comparison to like my house where like the outside, it looks all right, but the inside is tore up. And I just think it's something that we have to be mindful of as people. Just because somebody's smiling and carrying on like things are fine, that doesn't mean they're fine, like at all. That person could be suffering inside, and I feel like they're just passed by, just like the cars drive past my house and that's it. Like, it's the same thing. We just drive by people without any real interaction. And I'm guilty of that as well. But not to excuse my lack of interaction, but it's difficult. It's difficult for me to feel safe. It's difficult, excuse me, it's difficult for me to open up. Like, all of these things, I feel like I am just trying to catch up right now. Like, that race has already started. The marathon's gone on. It's like 2 hours into the marathon, and here I'm showing up at the starting line. There's no way I'm ever going to be where everybody else is. Everybody's already they've surpassed the finish line, and I'm still trying to get there. That's how I feel emotionally right now. I feel like I am trying to catch up to something that I may not even catch. And it's just frustrating to me. Like, I guess that's my emotion right now. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with so much. Like, not just like, the house and everything, and not just like people who want to tell you like, oh, it's good, you guys, you left and stuff can be replaced. Yeah, stuff can be replaced. But I really want to see those same people. I want to see those same people tell me how they would feel with this a year later, over a year later. Tell me how you would feel then. You still gonna feel like stuff is gonna be replaced? Like, it's a traumatic experience to leave home, come back, and everything is gone. And I feel like people downplay it so much because, like, oh, it's just a house, it's just stuff. Like, the entire process is insane. Like, fighting with insurance companies and adjusters and contractors, and it's a lot. It is a whole lot. And it's just like, it's a lot. This entire year, 2018 was just like filled with loss for me. 2019, March 2019, I lost someone like extremely close to me. And not just like close, like friends, like our souls were intertwined. Like, I felt his heart, and I know he felt my heart, and he was such a good man. And then just to be gone just like that, like, but I can't sit around and mope. I can't cry. I can't do any of that. I have to like put on my outer shell and pretend things are fine and keep going, even though like my inside some days feel like this house. Like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to deal with anything. I just feel like just completely detached. And I'm sure that like the sudden loss of the house and the sudden loss of my friend, like, I'm sure that those had a lot to do with it. Actually, I know they did. Because like someone brought up to me yesterday, it's like a detachment defense mechanism at this point where I have to just kind of not feel because I don't know when it's going to be taken away. And I don't like it because I feel like that's me repeating my childhood where I can't get too comfortable because I don't know what's going to happen next. I can't get too comfortable because I don't know when I'm getting punched next. I don't know when I'm getting taken back downstairs when nobody's home. I don't know any of that. And as an adult, like, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. I'm I'm just trying to be mindful that healing is a process, and it's a slow one, and it's an ongoing one. And like this house that's taken forever, it's a slow process, but I'm just praying that during this slow process that it's done right. It's rebuilt stronger, it's rebuilt better than it was before. And I'm praying for the same with myself. I feel like I'm falling apart sometimes. I'm just praying that the affirmations and the prayer and the meditation and the spirit work and reaching out to my spiritual advisors that I have and forming new close relationships, I'm just praying that they don't make things worse. I'm praying that it makes me come back even stronger and more knowledgeable and more confident, where I don't have to have days where the smile is painted on and I have to pretend things are fine. Like, I can be okay with not being okay. I'm not there yet, but I'm hoping one day soon that this entire process will be worth something. Me trying to heal, me trying to rebuild myself, like making a conscious effort to do it. I'm just praying that it's worth it, that I'm not going through all of this to continue to go through all of it. I know it's always going to be there. I know you're always going to be healing from stuff. And like, I go to my therapist and I do all the work, and it's just, some days it's just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. And it's been like a week of those days this week where I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to try to figure it out, but I have to, because who else is going to do it for me? Nobody. I have to do it myself. So just felt like ranting, I guess. Hope y'all are good. Be blessed. Peace and blessings. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.